But there are a few things to keep in mind. If you expose it to the light, you may hurt it. If you get it wet, it will multiply.
All that from water? They got wet?
Yeah, plain water.
And most important, no matter how much they beg, never let them eat after midnight. Because when they do, they change.
Hey guys, I'm Kevin.
I'm Jake.
And this is Movie Matters. And today we have a guest with us. Donnie, you want to introduce yourself even though I just said your name?
I'm Donnie.
Today we're talking about the 1984 film Gremlins, directed by Joe Dante, produced by Steven Spielberg. I've never seen this movie until now, and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, we were talking about that last week, that you had never seen it. And I was pretty surprised. Because this is like extremely well known, I think would be like a pretty good way to categorize it. And like, you know, it's a Steven Spielberg movie. And like, you know, although I wouldn't say there's anything like quotable from this movie.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But I feel like everybody kind of knows the gist of it, you know.
Furbies come to life and attack the town.
Basically.
Dude, my daughter's 8 and she saw this shit like 4 years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
This movie's pretty violent.
I know. She like once she became conscious of like fear and shit like that, she didn't want to watch it anymore. But at first she dug it.
So you just showed it to your daughter who was not of sound mind.
Yeah, and then we watched Pumpkinhead after that. It was a double feature.
Dude,
I'm kidding.
Speaking of Pumpkinhead, the dog in this is the same dog from Pumpkinhead.
Oh, stole one of my fucking trivias, man. We should have fucking talked about this before.
Yeah, I know. No, I love that.
Yeah. Gypsy. Fucking Gypsy.
Isn't it Mushroom in this too? Is Mushroom Gypsy in the other one?
Barn. Oh, I don't know. The dog's real name, I think, is Mushroom, but it's Barn in Gremlins.
Yes.
Oh, anyway.
Yeah. So I thought I'd seen bits and pieces of this, but I like going into it. I was like, I've definitely never seen it, and I also like, I'm a big Spielberg fan, and I totally forgot he produced this.
Mm-hmm.
Very shocking.
I think I've maybe seen this once or twice. And it was a very long time ago. So this was basically a first viewing for me.
Nice.
I remember the rules. I remember that they just turn into demons and try and kill everybody. But I hadn't really... I'm sure when I watched it, I was like 8 or something and didn't pay attention at all anyway. So, you know, it was basically like a rewatch or first time watch for me too.
Nice.
So it's safe to say you guys haven't seen the new batch.
No,
the second one, no. Which is funny because Joe Dante says he prefers his sequel to the first one, which is like kind of ironic because I feel like that never happens in most sequels.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's crazy too that I'm probably the only person on this podcast or even listening to it that was alive when that movie was made.
I'll have to look at our age range and where it's
check those.
But that's the whole thing is like we want, you know, millennials of our age to watch these movies and then listen to the podcast. Hopefully, I mean that's the goal of it at the end of the day. But I appreciate you listening and watching, Donnie.
And being alive. In fact, I had a toy
I don't know about that,
gizmo. But... All right, well, just being alive in general is pretty miserable.
Yeah. You had a toy gizmo?
Yeah, dude. Like, a lot of that movie was like, you know, the concept was to push toys and all this shit. So I had this little plushie. It wasn't even well, it's kind of a plushie. I guess that's what the kids call them these days. Gizmo, and you, like, pat him on the top of the head and he like chirped, he like barked, you know what I mean? Like, that was like my favorite thing, dude. I'd like drag that fucker to kindergarten every day. And it was like my little security blanket. And then my mom lost him and I don't talk to her anymore.
And then your mom lost you. Yeah.
Well, yeah, intentionally. Yeah, I'm gonna go out for some cigarettes. I'll be right back.
Carton of milk.
Mom. Yeah.
This movie is pretty interesting because it's a Christmas movie, and that's obviously why we're doing it now. But when it came out in '84, it was released in the summer, and they wanted it to be a summer blockbuster hit, which it was a hit, which is cool. It was released the same day as Ghostbusters, which Ghostbusters at that time was the biggest box office hit of that decade, or of that year, excuse me. Yeah, it was rushed into production just to hit the summer date because it had no competition, like for Warner Brothers, which is crazy. It's like
you get the movie sales right around December though, like the VHS and stuff.
Yeah.
So
it was the fourth biggest grossing film of that year of '84. It had a budget of $11 million, which is decent for that time. It was a very big success, $148 million just domestically, which is a lot for that time.
Yeah.
I like that it's also, I mean, it's like I said, it's a violent movie, and it's this and Temple of Doom are the two movies that helped create PG-13. Because this movie's PG, and there's like a lot of, I don't almost want to say blood and guts, but it's like gremlin guts.
No, it's some violence.
Particularly the kitchen scene is like very violent and very gory, but like it's fake gore, so it's not that bad. But
it's
a gremlin fucking explodes in a microwave, so it's pretty intense.
Dude, she just fucking like Hitchcock that one gremlin.
And the other one goes in like a food processor type thing.
It's like
juicer,
like blender or whatever.
Stuff spraying.
Dude, Billy's mom like wrecked like 6 fucking gremlins. Like she almost had everything contained until fucking Stripe got away.
Yeah.
But anyway, I gotta give a huge shout out to Billy's mom. She's a G. Like she's
go on.
No, she's like putting up with Rand's like bullshit fucking inventions. Like, first of all, it's like insane. Yeah, like, you know, like, how the fuck did he come up with $200 to pay for like $200 in 1984 is like $600 today.
That was my biggest complaint with this movie is that there's so many random but massive plot holes like that. Like this guy, they're clearly like at least middle class, if not upper middle class, based on the house that they have, and then he's this shitty inventor because like none of his shit works.
It's worse.
But then he's like throwing down cash like it's fucking nothing for this animal that he's never seen before. Like it's very weird.
It's kind of that whole thing is insane. But the fact that like she was like a G and like happy to see him come home, like, honey, I'm so happy you're home. Like, what the fuck, dude? When I was married and I would come home from work not making any money, my wife fucking hated me. Well,
among other reasons. It's not just because of the money, Donnie.
But then he dips out for like the second like 2/3 of the movie.
Yeah.
Like he's gone. Like during the whole like showdown and stuff. He shows up
real
right at the very end. Yeah. Right? And he just rolls up and he's like, "Oh, there's dead gremlins everywhere." Like,
I feel like that was a plot for sure. Yeah,
what'd I miss?
Going back to the mom, that is also the mom in Back to the Future of Lorraine.
Oh,
Lorraine
in 55.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, another Spielberg production.
Interesting. Yeah.
I would be curious too, like, you know, the opening scene when he's in Chinatown. I was like wondering if Big Trouble in Little China was shot around the same time as that, and if like they just left the set up. You know, they're like, just keep all the fucking same background actors. We'll just move the stars in and out. So that might be worth checking out. But that's probably a stupid observation.
I was maybe like 70% sure that the town was the same town as Back to the Future.
It is.
Oh, 100%.
Okay.
It is.
Yeah.
I was fairly sure, but like, Yeah, because the movie theater's right at the end of the straightaway. And then they never, I mean, they show the park a little bit, but they never show the clock tower buildings.
Yeah.
That's what would have like really gave it away. But
Yeah, I even thought it when he's like going to the bank in the beginning. I was like, this has very Back to the Future town vibes.
yeah,
And then I looked it up, and it sure enough is the same one on the Universal backlot. They just used it again. But technically, this came out before Back to the Future.
yeah, right.
So apparently, I mean, like going back to the plot holes you were talking about, the movie original rough cut ran 2 hours and 40 minutes.
Okay,
Which-
I was gonna say I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure this is another one that got
Yeah.
brutally mutilated on the cutting room floor. 'Cause-
That would have been 2 VHS back in my day.
Yep. And well, we talk about this in our other podcasts about all these movies being cut down considerably just to like have more showings so they can make more profit at the box office. But this movie being an hour and 46 minutes, I was actually shocked that it was that long because of, this, 80, 90 minute streak in the 80s for runtime.
I think we need to demand the director's cut, the 2 hour and 46 minute version.
That'd be
you
sick.
know?
But and apparently it was originally rated R. Like the script and everything was like even more gory, and like Corey Feldman's character gets like wrecked in the script, and like there's a lot.
The neighbor was probably even more racist.
Yeah, complaining
Wait,
about
'cause,
everything non-American.
Yeah.
Does Corey Feldman disappear from the movie at the end?
Pretty much.
Because like he's not like super around. Like he pops up a few times, but I feel like even at the ending when they're all like sitting in the house, like is he even in that scene?
No.
Like off the top of my head, I feel like he's not in that scene.
Well, he doesn't live there.
Yeah,
I thought
he's
it's
like
his
the neighbor
little
kid.
brother. Oh
No, it's his neighbor.
No, he's just
It's
like
his-
totally.
This is
totally
the one
random.
kid that actually, the one person that looks up to, like, respects Billy.
Yeah, and like the age difference is like 4 years.
Yeah.
It's like kind of creepy.
Yeah, you fucking creep. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like laying on his bed and stuff. It's all kind of weird.
Yeah.
That makes
18-year-old.
sense. Well, I was
He's a
thinking
complete
like
fucking
maybe he
klutz.
just gets absolutely destroyed and they just go
That'd be
on.
sick. Like, the mom thinks that he's one of the gremlins and just fucking stabs him in the
I
throat.
thought that was going to happen at one point, like especially with the stalking of the robot. I thought that was going to be Gizmo, and she was going to like accidentally stab him.
Well,
Dude, that kid's always putting himself in precarious position. Like, he was dressed up as a tree in the tree lot. Like, what if somebody came on with a chainsaw? Like, oh, fuck.
Cuts his feet off.
That's probably what got cut out of the fucking
Yeah.
final.
Also, another character that pretty much got cut that disappears is Judge Reinhold's character.
Oh,
oh
he was
yeah.
fucking prick, but he played it so
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, but
We all know
apparently-
that dickhead.
I
Yeah.
like Judge Reinhold.
The
Well,
Santa
no, but I mean
Claus
that character-
is the
like,
ultimate
okay,
asshole.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
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 I dealt with one earlier today at work.
yeah. But way less successful.
Yeah.
The guy that you dealt with.
Yes.
Little inside ball.
Nice balls. This movie is written by Chris Columbus of Home Alone fame. He also wrote The Goonies, and that's this script and The Goonies were in a 2-part deal for Spielberg. Spielberg bought both of them because he liked
nice.
liked both scripts. So the actress, the main actress, Phoebe Cates in this, Kate. Phoebe Cates, I know her from another 80s movie, Fast Times at Ridgemont High. I mean, I'm sure everybody
So
knows
does every
that
other
one.
middle-aged fucking man, dude.
Yeah. Jake, have you seen Fast Times?
I've never seen that movie.
Whoa!
So, yeah.
Dude, okay,
I'll admit,
well,
I've never seen it either. I just...
are you serious?
yeah, dude. Yeah. I've
Oh,
never seen it.
shit. You're just familiar with the one scene. Got it.
No, I'm not even familiar. I just... of lore, you know? Like,
Oh.
I haven't... I don't think I've even seen the scene. Yeah.
All right, well, maybe...
So have me on in the next one.
That's what I was just going to say. Maybe if you play your cards right, we can have you on again. But
all right.
so far, you're blowing it.
You guys have an edit on this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I usually don't.
No, it's fine. I don't give a shit. I have no pride. I don't have
Yeah.
any pride.
Phoebe Cates of Fast Times Ridgemont High. They had some hesitation casting her in this because of, and obviously you guys don't know, but because of Fast Times Ridgemont High, there's a little racy scene a little bit. And they were very skeptical of casting her, but
But like, hey, we'll cast you as this girl that talks about slitting your wrist on Christmas.
That was
like, great
very
idea.
aggressive. And like talks about her dad coming down the chimney and breaking his neck. Like,
Yeah, it was like, Jesus, like, of all the stories to like bum somebody out, Dad cracks his neck by pretending to be Santa Claus on Christmas Eve. And does he get lit on fire too?
I feel like
Or
she
does he
lit
just
him on
get
fire.
stuck in the chimney?
Oh,
I can't
my
remember,
God.
but it's like, Jesus, like,
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry,
Either
your dad's
way-
a fucking idiot.
Yeah, either
I
way,
was
he
like,
got wrecked.
holy shit, this
Yeah,
movie
it's
got so
Darwinism.
dark, like
Yeah.
out of
Yeah.
nowhere.
Natural
Yeah.
selection, like right in front of your little fucking 8-year-old eyes.
Yeah, no wonder she's traumatized. Like,
Right, just gets all
And,
mad,
like-
fucking.
yeah, and she works at a bar, and like she's probably 16. Like, I don't know. It's
Well,
very,
that's the other thing
very
is,
interesting.
do they ever say how old they are?
No.
Because like Billy looks like he's in high school, but then he like goes to the high school and just drops the demon off and like leaves.
Yeah.
It's like,
Oh,
how
that's a good point.
fucking old are you, kid? Like, you have a full-time job at a bank, but you live with your parents,
And you're getting Furbies as a present.
and you're
Like,
getting
your dad's
Furbies
still
as
giving
a
you
present.
presents. Like,
Yeah, like what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah, that the egg-like sacs that are like the cocoons that these gremlins are in are very, very alien-like, like from
Yeah.
the movie Alien.
Mhm.
And I thought that was kind of a reference, but it isn't. I don't know. I really liked the whole how they like morph and evolve, and just all the practical effects used to do all of that was awesome.
Yeah, there's
That's
only
pretty
like one or two scenes where I thought it was probably claymation.
Stop
And
motion.
one for sure is stop
there's
motion.
there's only
when
one.
they're walking down the street.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, the
absolutely
big the
stop
wide
motion.
shot of them.
But like
Yeah.
everything else is like puppets and stuff,
Yeah,
and like they
super
look
impressive.
really good.
Yeah. And we've been big proponents of all practical effects. Everything's, relying on CGI. We talk about that with all these awesome movies that we watch that, should just rely on practical effects because they're great. Like, we can't wait to get to The Thing because that's like the king of practical effects,
Oh,
in my
dude,
opinion.
that's the best. That's the
Yeah.
best. That's Rick
Uh,
Baker, right? The thing.
I think so. Did all that.
Oh
Which-
yeah, I think it is.
Which is the guy who created the Gremlins and the Mogwai and stuff. I think he also did the Howling, and he also did the Fly. Like he created the
Chris
Jeff
Wallace.
Goldblum Fly. Yeah. So you can see some resemblance there, but that and I don't mean to steal anybody's thunder when it comes to the trivia, but the cinematographer also did the Howling, and then what you see. In the Twilight Zone movie. And so you see in Billy's room, when he walks in, you see that Twilight Zone movie poster, like kind of strip. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's
it's a nice little fucking, hey, what's up, dude?
Yeah, Joe Dante directed The Howling.
Yeah. No, I know. But also, I don't know. Did he do Twilight Zone movie?
He directed
think-
a segment in it.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So that's pretty sick.
All I remember from that movie is when Dan Aykroyd turns into a demon.
Every time I get on an airplane, I just remember the fucking airplane guy on the wing of the airplane.
Oh yeah, that
Which
too,
movie?
I forgot about
The little
that.
demon
Twilight
like
Zone.
ripping the plane
Oh.
apart.
I haven't seen that movie in forever. I just know that movie is notorious or like crazy for the helicopter Vietnam scene where the helicopter crashes and fucking kills the people and like actually happened.
Oh yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah, there's YouTube videos on it, but parental guidance advised on that one.
It's just like going on Twitter every fucking day. You see somebody getting smoked. Like, damn, dude, I was just trying to look at cat videos.
Jeez. Yeah, so there's no CGI in this, obviously. All the gremlins were puppets or animatronics, each costing about like 30 to 40 grand.
Wow.
when everyone left the set for the day, security would have everyone open their trunks just to make sure none were stolen. I think that's awesome. Like, I totally would have wanted to steal one of those.
Yeah, that's funny.
There's a lot of cool other references to other movies, like the opening billboard is obviously reminiscent of Indiana Jones, the Rockin' Ricky Rialto. There's an E.T. Doll in the store where the Gremlins, like, pushing through the stuffed animals. But, like, dude, all the Gremlins just, like, in the bar scene, smoking and drinking is just crazy. But I feel like a big plot hole is, like, they multiply with water, and there's, like, water in all these drinks. I feel like that... Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, it's one of many, because, like, how does any, mammal or anything survive without water? Like drinking water.
Mm-hmm.
True.
And then the whole time zones, like, what the fuck? What is midnight? Like, where is this? This is California, so it's midnight California time. Like,
yeah.
But you have to, like, a lot of
my wife
movies,
was
Kevin.
like, "Well, what about 6 a.m.? That's after midnight, depending on how you look at it."
Everything, yeah.
Do you ever feed them? Like,
isn't everything after 12 a.m. after midnight?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a new day.
Yeah. Dude.
Well, then there's a scene where Billy's sleeping in the bed with the dog and Gizmo, and, like, the entire bed is just bathed in moonlight. And all I could think was, like, when the sun comes up, that thing's going to get roasted. The window's wide open.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, there's, like, he brings Gizmo in the bathroom when he kind of injures it, and, like, the light's on, and he's like, oh, turn off the light. And, like, in the movie, there's, like, lights on all the time, and they're totally fine.
Yeah.
Well, it's bright light, though. That's the difference. True. Bright light. True. And then I like how the Gremlins are always calling Gizmo Caca. That's pretty funny. Caca. I don't know if you caught that.
It's funny how Howie Mandel did the voice of Gizmo. There's a movie that I love with Howie Mandel called Little Monsters. I don't know if you've ever seen that movie. That movie's awesome.
Oh, come on, man. Mm-hmm. Come on.
You've seen that, Donnie?
Absolutely.
Yeah, Little Monsters is great.
I love that movie.
It's Ben Savage.
Fred Savage.
Is it Fred Savage?
Ben's his little brother. That's Boy Meets World.
Boy Meets World.
We're talking Fred, dude. Wonderworld.
Fred.
Wonder Years.
Wonder Years,
What a
douche.
dumbass. Yeah. Fuck you, man.
No. Wonder Years, like, that's a reference to another movie, but whatever. That's fine.
Or show. Yeah.
Well.
God damn it.
Edit button.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, fuck it. All right, yeah. All right, Jake, yeah. Let's definitely re-record this.
I gave him that disclaimer. Yeah.
We're probably going to have to redo this. Anyway, so Howie Mandel really channeled the Mogwai.
He did.
I know.
He did. I liked him.
I know.
I liked him.
Why do you think I fucking carried around a little baby Mogwai when I was in kindergarten?
Did they do any of the, like, voice, kind of stuff, like Alvin the Chipmunk shit to his voice or anything? Yeah.
I don't know. That's a good question. I don't think so. From what I read.
And I doubt it, but have either one of you seen Walk Like a Man with Howie Mandel?
I've not.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, that movie is, it's 80. I think it's like his first movie. Well, I don't know what year it came out, but it's like Christopher Lloyd. It's right around the same time. So I don't know if Gremlins. Yeah. Oh, I didn't hear you say that. Sorry.
No, you said that. What's it called?
What did I say? It's called Walk Like a Man. It's really it's hard to find. I've been trying to. I haven't seen it since probably it came out, which is 86, 85.
87.
87, yeah. And anyway, it's hard to find, but he's basically like this feral person, like Christopher Lloyd, and I forget who the wife is. They're like up, hoity-toity, rich people, and then somehow they bring this Howie Mandel, who's this feral man, into their nice, rich estate, and they're trying to like train him to be just a normal person. But that's another solid Howie Mandel flick from the 80s. Besides,
Sam will have to add it to the list.
if you can find it, let me know, because it's hard to get a hold of. There might be some bootlegs out there, but
yeah, LimeWire it up. The ending message of this movie's pretty wild and kind of out there, but I get it. It's just like, I feel like it was, I don't know, I feel like there's a handful of takes on the ending, but it's like how, I feel like it was like how Americans take advantage of everything and like don't give a fuck about responsibility.
yeah, there's a lot of messages in there. There's a lot of greed.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the fact that there's like gremlins living in your fucking house, and you gotta.
Kevin's got gremlins in his place for sure.
Well, that was like one of the things that like bugged me a little bit, is like they really tried to shoehorn the gremlin lore from like World War II into this movie, and like I don't understand how. I mean, because like these things are like 2.5 feet tall, like they're big. So, like, there's no way that, like, if they were real, people would be like, oh, I don't know why my plane doesn't work. They'd be like this giant monster, like, ripping shit apart, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I thought it was a weird thing, because they could have just left it as, like, oh, there's this fucking thing. And, like, well, there's also no backstory on these, on them at all whatsoever, which was probably cut out of the movie, I would assume.
Yeah. Back alley deals.
Yeah.
Just
this random Chinese guy has this monster that like no one's ever heard of. Like,
yeah,
oh,
like
cool.
his grandpa won't even notice that he just fucking sold this insane little creature that sings and knows some English, like Bright Light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, we can get back to messaging. After my rant.
The message, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what other Donnie, you're really good at picking up on analogies and symbolisms and
metaphors
well,
and listen, man, I turned down Rogan to be here tonight, so
appreciate that.
I wasn't really it's my first time. It's my debut. No, I mean, like I've seen it a bunch of times. I meant to rewatch it again last night to like freshen up, but I was like, I'm tired. No, I would have to go back to rewatch to figure out like the symbolism or whatever messages were in here. But obviously, greed and just don't be a fucking moron is a big one. Like, listen to you get 3 simple fucking rules, man. They break all of them in the first like 10 minutes. And I know if they didn't, there wouldn't be a movie or whatever. But it's
not even that like it's an accident. Like he actively breaks every single rule just to like see what would happen.
Well,
like
the Corey Feldman
accidentally gets water on it the first time, and then he takes it to the school, and he's like, "Watch this shit," and just dumps water on it. Like, dude, like the hell?
Yeah, what do you expect? Of course, he's gonna jump into a fucking pool.
Yeah. Yeah, the ending, speaking of the pool, the ending with it fucking having its skin just like melt off. Was insane.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa.
It was very, which it makes sense. It was like very like The Fly-esque, when the skeleton of it and all that shit. Like, it's like, come on, man, come up with some new material.
Yeah, no wonder this movie fucking spawned PG-13. That was brutal.
Yeah, the melting, even the bones melt. Like, it was...
Dude, I mean, like, and it's super violent. Like, the fucking gremlins have guns and it's shooting, and then like shoots a bow and arrow into fucking Billy's arm and shit.
Oh
like,
yeah.
Then attacks him with a chainsaw.
Yeah.
The way that they tied
with the world's strongest baseball bat, by the way.
Billy is a fucking pussy in this movie. Let's not even beat around the bush. But I felt bad for the dog. Like like it's hanging there by the Christmas lights. Mm-hmm. And then I guess you could get away with that shit in the 80s. You can't do that now.
No.
They don't make them like they used to.
No. Remember the days when you used to put a fucking horse's head in somebody's bed? God damn it.
Yeah.
When you guys do the 70s movies podcast, we'll hit the Godfather.
We'll probably get to that.
Oh yeah.
We'll probably get to that decade. There's some fucking classics in there, but But yeah, we're focusing on 80s right now, obviously. And get with the fucking program here.
Sorry, dude, I keep thinking I'm on Rogan. Do we need to take a break for some MeUndies commercials or anything?
Yeah.
That'd be cool. I'd fucking rep them. I'm wearing them right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What's the other one? Tucked? Isn't there like a tucked or something like that? Yeah,
That
dude.
sounds gender neutral.
It's exactly what you think it is.
Yeah. Jeez.
Back to our program.
Our sponsored program by nothing.
Right. Hit that subscribe button, everybody.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much all I got. I loved the trivia on this movie. I thought it was a good movie. I enjoyed it. I'll definitely watch it again. I think rewatch value is there. It's entertaining. I'm glad I watched it. And I think if people haven't seen it, like me, you should watch it.
Yeah, it's definitely worth watching. It's not like so... It's like in a very nice place in terms of like family friendliness, where like it's not so like graphic and bloody and stuff that like you don't want your kids to watch it. But it has enough of that to keep it like somewhat entertaining as an adult. So yeah, I like it. Me and my kids will probably watch it. So
very nice.
Yeah, and as somebody who was not shitting their pants when it came out, it's obviously
we weren't even alive.
I know that was the joke. Like I'm so out of place here. Like yeah, I was actually alive when this movie fucking came out.
How old were you?
4. That's why I said I just was not. Well, yeah, I probably.
Did you see it in theaters?
No, the first movie I ever saw in theaters was Short Circuit.
No input.
Yeah, dude.
I love that movie. Short Circuit's awesome.
Have you guys done that one yet? Short Circuit?
No.
Is it on the list? You got to
Probably
get some
not.
Gutenberg up in this bitch.
Yeah, Steve.
yeah, I don't know actually.
Any police academies?
Yeah, that's coming.
All right. At least you got the Goots. You got the Goots coming.
I like Gutenberg. I like him
of
from
course
it.
You do.
Yeah, I like him from. Oh, well, yeah, I like him from It Takes Two.
I didn't see that.
It's the Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen twins movie with Kirstie Alley from like the 90s.
I'm just glad that I wasn't the only one that had a joke that didn't land.
That wasn't a joke. It's a good movie. And there's the recovery. Yes.
All right.
Cool. Sweet. Donnie talked about fucking dicks and stuff. Wait, are we still going?
Well, all right, guys. I think that's enough for one day of Donnie, and yeah, we'll
or a lifetime.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for listening, and we'll catch you next time.
Yep. Next week's the big one.
Yeah. Can't wait.
Buckle up.
And Donnie won't be here.
With any love.
Yeah.
All right. See you next week.
Peace.